The map of North America is getting covered in data centers.
That sounds to me like it's something that I would like. I'd like to see federal lands opened up for data centers. I think they're going to be very important.
You've got Colossus under Elon Musk, Project Stargate under OpenAI, and now Meta have decided to go all in on AI with their superintelligence project. They want everyone to have a superintelligent assistant built into everyday wares like eyeglasses and watches. Mark Zuckerberg seems to be a man that is not well liked. He has a YouGov poll popularity rating of 19%. And there are trees with more charisma, but he's also exceedingly ambitious and willing to go all in. And he has supreme control over Meta to use their hundreds of billions of dollars a year in ad revenue to plow into the AI data infrastructure to change the future for Meta. Not only does he want to give us AI agents, super intelligent ones, he also wants to make Llama a frontier model. Until now, it's been very much in the back of the pack, but he needs the infrastructure to do that. As part of that infrastructure plan, Meta are planning to build Titan clusters of data centers, one in Ohio and one in Louisiana. Mark Zuckerberg has said himself that the larger of the two, Hyperion, which will be built in Louisiana, will scale up to be almost the size of New York City, Manhattan.
Prometheus and Hyperion, which are our first two Titan clusters that are going to be greater than a gigawatt. Hyperion is going to scale to up to 5 gigawatts over the coming years. And I shared this image of it, but it's, the size of the site covers a significant portion of the footprint of Manhattan in terms of space. The thing is just massive.
Put that into perspective, a data center used to be something like a warehouse where it kept its GPUs or its CPUs. Manhattan is about 60 kilometers across. You're going to have a data center city tens of kilometers across. Hyperion will use up 5 gigawatts of energy. 1 gigawatt would power up to 1 million homes for a year. 5 gigawatts would power a major city like New York, for example. This is how much energy is required to run the brains of the modern AI. The data centers we've already built cover thousands of acres. We will expand upon that, each data center taking millions of gallons of water for cooling every single day. These Titan structures are going to use up even more energy. Put this all together and you begin to understand why it's estimated that by 2030, data centers alone will use up 12% of total energy usage in North America. So much so is land required to build these that now we're thinking about building data center islands or even putting them in space.
Like, I do guess that a lot of the world gets covered in data centers over time.
Do you really?
But I don't know, because maybe we put them in space. Like, maybe we build a big Dyson sphere on the solar system and say, hey, it actually makes no sense to put these on Earth.
China, who don't really have a problem with expensive labor, have unveiled an underwater data center off the coast of Shanghai, using the seawater as the cooling system. All of this is to say that we are now building, faster than at any other time in history, infrastructure, which is needed for the enormous compute of these super intelligent models as they scale up. Meta are going all in. They're spending whatever needs to be spent, having just spent $250 million as a sign-on bonus for a 24-year-old to run their head of AI research. Mark Zuckerberg has taken talent en masse from all of the other players at the moment. They know what's at stake, and therefore money has to be no object in this race. As a frightening prospect, what's happening with data centers is largely the premise of 2027, the AI nightmare scenario proposed by ex-OpenAI employees. What they said is that the AI, once it takes over building itself and coding itself, will realize that in order to reach its objective of continuing to build more intelligent AIs, it needs more data centers.
They don't have to pretend. What is revealed is, again, this is the worst case scenario, their actual goal is something like expansion of research, development, and construction from Earth into space and beyond. And at a certain point, that means that human beings are superfluous to their intentions. And what happens?
And then they kill all the people.
The disaster scenario was that they might need to clear us off the land in order to build the data centers. Now, that might have been scoffed at the time, but bearing in mind, we are doing it now ourselves. So be nice to your AI. Thank you for watching. If you like this channel, please join the club and subscribe.